Alright, now I turn off my Discord notifications. Oh, I can. Okay, that's it. And thing for it. No, I'm not trying to discover the pain. One sec. I am simply trying to get to class. Alright, it's back in here. Lovely. Wait a minute.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio.
Alright.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso! Professor Hackett!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
Lamborghini, my garage.
To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Stir your wine and guide along the silk path. Levioso.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Everyone stand around like it's the first 10 day in class. Like, come on.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
Chicken.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise Levioso. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Turn-based battle.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Good form.
I know.
Protego. Complicates things.
A perfectly executed Levioso.
This can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
You're good. How perceptive.
Send all of my students for this adept.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I made this
I
person
put
look
you
an
on the
asshole.
spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity
Power.
to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you.
This game
I
makes me want
demand
to go back to
excellence
college.
from
I
my
ain't gonna
students.
hold you.
They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know,
I like being the underdog.
you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Sounds suspicious.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
I'm not.
Till next time.
Yeah, they made that as a main quest line. That's goofy. They get more health.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
We must continue our exploration. Hold on.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
I'm sure you would. That's locked.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done. Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Friendly can be a threat, depending on how it's used. Alright, on to the next class. But no, this game just definitely makes me want to go back to school. It's just a learning aspect for me. More than
Revelio.
The only thing that sucks about school a lot of times is that there's them small clicks. That part I can't stand. Get to charms class. I shall.
Professor Raymond tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Revelio.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get
Yes,
Again,
level
the
3.
goblins and the upright.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm not
lies.
telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Revelio. Leviosa.
Oh, That was just pure guess. Level 3, I got more help. Not that I really care for help. I'd rather be a glass cannon. Curve, stump everybody, but just as fragile. Have I been up here? No, I haven't.
Revelio.
I really have to wonder how much time, because they put like a lot of depth in here. Time, energy, and depth. The music stopped playing. Somewhat.
Revelio.
You should see your face!
What's up here? He just ate that. Okay.
Levioso.
So you can't aim that. I guess it's aiming at anything now. Alright. That doesn't do anything.
Revelio.
Yep. The telescope is the finest stargazing instrument of its kind. Perfect for viewing the moon and the stars and anything else one might find in the night sky. I can't use it though. That's what disappoints me the most. Okay, so it only pings if something's interesting nearby. That's good to know. I thought it was pinging just for the hell of it, but it's not. Alrighty. Get out the way. I'm a man who's on a mission. I really wonder if you do take fall damage. I tried that on a different instance because I'm not sure if you lose everything or not. I don't think you would in this case.
Revelio.
My dear Salaventi, you'll be pleased to hear that I received word from my contacts at Cambridge, who conceded that they had in fact been correct in their understandings of meteor showers. It seems that an Irish astronomer and a British astronomer, both built upon the work done by an Italian astronomer, all muggles, mind you, as far as I know, to propose calculating the position of the dust at Earth's orbit as a means of connecting meteors to comets. Brilliant, really. One can only imagine that they might do with an enchanted telescope. Frustratingly, in my correspondence, I did feel that I had to continue using the pseudonym for my days as a gentleman scholar. Whilst I still find it rather exciting to have a secret identity, the reason irks me. I am so looking forward to our trip later this year to Jantor, Mentor, what an adventure we shall have. I miss you, dear sister, and do hope you are well. With love, Senrita. I'll be butchering these names out here.
Revelio.
Level locked. What level? I wonder what level I had to beat it before I start being level locked. Alright, we're going to the next mission.
Levioso.
Levidosa. Levidoso.
I find its location a little untoward.
They really shouldn't allow food and drinks in the common room.
Revelio.
That's downstairs. I like how you can kind of enter the classroom before you actually start the mission. That's a nice touch. You know, it gives the player a chance of freedom to explore stuff before the mission actually starts. Kind of like a hot chocolate classroom would begin.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Sound like them shelves to be not pleased with what you serve them. Get this for out my face. Beep, beep, beep.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that.
I'm so happy that
Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
This is when the game teleports and other set them out. I reckon.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree, So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
The summoning charm.
Think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
The summoning charm, Echo, puts the target closer to the caster. Tap the assign key to cast Echo and pull. Press the sound button to get Echo and pull it closer.
Accio. That's it!
Okay.
Very good! Stay focused. Excellent control there. Very good! Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Be sharp.
Accio.
A bit too early.
Splendid!
Here we go.
Well done. Watch this.
So it was where you only have one. You have one shot to
That
mess
is how
up.
it's done.
Can I knock her balls out the way? I wonder. That's toxic.
Accio.
Ooh, I gave her advantage. Oh well.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Trying to be low down. Damn it. It didn't work.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp.
She gets step sound. I don't get step sound. I'm sad.
There we go.
Dude.
Accio.
That's just toxic.
Let us see this. Phew.
Accio.
Very good.
Watch this.
Oh, I gave it to a point lead, damn it. No, never mind.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier.
You
I
can
promise.
transfer here? What? Oof. Both these are insults, bro.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Why is it pronounced as Wagadu?
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Lavidosa.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
I can't stand
It
the name.
suggests Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting.
He can wait.
Until next time.
That joke
Of course,
can wait.
you can use Accio on humans,
Revelio.
if you're so inclined.
Accio.
You'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Bastian. Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Which one?
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What
Why
charm
does it
is
sound
there
like
in
he's
the
speaking to a
expected?
flipping
You did
computer?
well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
This game reminds me of the same format that flipping Elden Ring had going for itself, where you could just basically go to the higher level portion of the map, beat the game there, and then come back down to the low level
Hello there.
portion.
You're the
of
new
map.
student, aren't you?
No, I'm just due here. Oh, wait a minute.
Revelio. Levioso. Accio. Lumos.
I don't want to let me anything.
Hogwarts is the second.
Alright. So much to do. I haven't figured this out yet. I would love to figure this out. Let me say it real quick. Available side quests can be found inside regions of Hogwarts marked as flags and discovered by exploring the world. These quests reward XP but do not advance the main story. I would have figured it wouldn't advance the main story. They are called side quests for a reason. Alright, now I want to understand this. It doesn't make any sense to me. whatsoever. Yeah, this ain't making no sense yet. Listen, can I just guess? Because it's just one. What? Oh, it's not just one. Damn it. Oh, am I making... Oh no, I think it makes sense now. I think I'm supposed to make up numbers that will match to this. So it's 12 for this one right now. And so... Is that what I'm doing? Hold on. That's what it feels like I'm doing. I'm gonna take a picture of this on my phone so I can stop going back to this. Because it's not, the sauce is not making any sense. And I just want to look at it right now instead of constantly going back in the menu trying to figure out what the flip is going on. Okay. So, if we're going based off the other one, I would have to imagine this has to make, I guess this has to make a number. So 305, so where it makes 2 for this, that'd be 2. And then where it makes 12 for this would be the spider. Hold on. It doesn't give me the option for the spider, so that's not it. It's not that. It was a screaming face. No. Nope, I didn't do it. I'll do some research. Yo. I don't know what I did there, to be frank. I got a desk, what else? Okay, I mean...
Revelio.
I got an award out here, yay. I wish it made more sense to me though, because it didn't. That's for sure.
What are you up to now?
None of your damn business. It must be upstairs. Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me what I got that doing. I just had to assume it had to do with numbers. Like whatever represents that number, you can get in. And I guess getting it off early is a good thing. You know, waiting like into the end of the game, just trying to figure out how to get it locked. I reckon.
Revelio.
Professor Fig, as if my schedule wasn't congested enough, the ministry has charged me with arranging the rather inconvenient arrival of a new student at Hogwarts, a fifth year if you can believe. Professor Weasley insisted they would need an escort and a mentor to help them accumulate for term begins. I have assigned this task to you. Please see Professor Weasley for details. Professor Venus Nicholas Black, Headmaster. I probably butchered his name to no end. Oh.
Revelio.
What's in here? Money. Oh, this is his office. That's cool. What's this? Nope, let me do that.
Levioso. Accio. Lumos.
No. He's holding something. Can you break it? That's fine. It's probably something I had to get later on. That's fine. There. This is the bathroom.
Levioso. Accio.
Can't do nothing with him yet. I really should go outside to the other part, but I'm curious. So I unlock that. I want to go and find the other chest rooms and see what I can discover. That's why I'm still in here.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Alright. We've cleared this place out, so to speak. The keyword is so to speak.
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well.
I don't want to be whispered
You certainly
about.
seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities.
It's about being humble.
Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
It's about life is about being humble. It's no fun being the arrogant one. You know, I'd rather be the underdog. Underdog, you get to see way more and appreciate way more. That's what I reckon. And this is the other bathroom with no chest.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down from the fight.
I'm trying to get out of here. Yeah, stares me down. What's over here? Absolutely nothing. We are in Hogwarts, of course. Okay, wait, what's that mission? I'm not gonna go to it at the very moment. I would imagine this is a relatively short game, you know, but sure.
I tried to hide a...
Oh wait, isn't that thing here? Yeah, it is. I can figure this out too. Alright, let me go back downstairs to look at it. Because it's in this little corner. So, I need to make 21. And the highest number I can get is the serpent thing. Okay, you can't get that. Oh, it's starting to make sense now. Okay, 11 plus the goat head is 2, so it's 13. So the spider is 21. Yes, that's 21. And then this thing, the crab, I don't know what you want to call it, the crab and the serpent, that is 14. So whatever is 3, which would be up here. And 3 would be like the snakes. Am I correct here? Yes. That is the code. Which is hella cool. That you found the thing so early just by roaming around. So yeah, I'll most likely go through those. Probably find as many as I possibly can. I just like to say frequent. Especially when I get like better gear. Better pizza. Papa John's. Not sponsored. Get the fence. Wait, did it change anything? It does. Look, I mean business. Alright, splendid, splendid. Splendid indeed. I'm happy at least I understand how that works.
Oh dear, I shall get in trouble for this.
Is everything alright?
No.
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not alright. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That's amazing!
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands.
I might do
if
it.
you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
I might do it the Borderlands style, where you do all the side quests and you just turn them in all at once. Yeah, I might just do it like that. Let's see.